My wife abandoned me 2 months ago to find herself. My wife Mary's family has a history of dementia. Most of them start developing memory issues in their mid to late 50s. Her mom, grandmother, and several other relatives on her mom's side have developed dementia. Her mom lived with us for 4 years, until earlier this year. Her father passed away years ago. Our kids are independent and out of the house. The oldest is in her last semester of college, and the younger one enlisted. The last 4 years were tough on all of us, our kids, our marriage, and our sanity. Living with someone with dementia is brutal. We had talked a lot over the last year about taking the remaining college funds, our regular savings, selling or renting the house. We were ready to downsize anyway, quitting our jobs, and traveling for a year, or until the money ran out. We just had to wait for her mom to move into a home. I understood her anxiety about developing dementia, and I was burned out. You try living through COVID, working remotely, with a wife also working remotely, a college and high school student taking classes from home, and a mother-in-law with dementia, and see how you hold up. When a space finally opened up and we were able to move her mom into a care facility, I thought I'd finally get to breathe. But when we moved her mom out, Mary's mental health took a huge downward spiral. I went from caring for her mom to caring for her. She felt guilty about putting her mom in a home and had a lot of anxiety about her own future. Our plan was to start traveling in summer 2024. 2 months ago, I came home to find a note. My friends call it Exhibit A. Basically, she said she was going on our trip, without me. She had quit her job, taken most of the savings, and wasn't sure when she'd be back. Maybe a year, maybe sooner. She knew I'd understand. Her location was turned off, and my calls went straight to voicemail. I texted the kids a picture of the note. We had separate checking accounts for direct deposits, but we transferred most of our income into a joint account for bills and savings. We both had access to the main savings account and joint credit cards for household expenses. The 2 cars and the mortgage were joint as well. We each had our own small savings and retirement accounts, and our own credit cards for gifts and fun things. I closed all joint cards and accounts immediately. I waited a month to see if she'd come back, hopefully before she spent all the savings. After receiving only one text the first month, I went to a lawyer. She basically said there wasn't much to do yet, other than change the beneficiaries of my retirement accounts and life insurance. Yay, my wife gets nothing else if I die alone while she's off having her adventures. It had only been a month, so there was no way to serve her papers. My lawyer advised me to keep paying the mortgage and car payments. The cost of trying to get a judge to approve the sale of joint assets would be higher than just maintaining them. I didn't want to ruin my credit by letting one of the cars get repossessed, but I couldn't sell it either since she's on the title. I get random texts from her, and she sporadically posts on Instagram, with comments turned off, of course. I want to block her so badly, but my lawyer advised me to keep one line of communication open that isn't through our kids. Her last post was from Hawaii. In the caption, she wrote about what a great husband I was for letting her take this trip. Meanwhile, I'm barely making it, paying 2 car notes, a mortgage, household bills, insurance, praying there are no emergencies because I have no savings left. And she's out there enjoying our trip. F her. I'm so pissed. I helped take care of her mom for 4 years, then took care of her when she fell apart after her mom moved into memory care. And she repays me by abandoning me. I'll never get to take this trip now, and I've had to delay retirement. My only solace is that the kids are pissed at her too, though they'll probably forgive her eventually. Double F her. I'm not an idiot, she's hooking up with guys. She looks good, she'll have no problem finding men. I texted her and asked if she was sleeping around. A week later, she replied that she wasn't. Sure. So yeah, I'm drinking alone on a Friday night while she's somewhere, probably on a beach, enjoying life. Triple F her. Edit. My lawyer has given me a bunch of advice and options, but it was too much to include in one post. I could push the issue harder, and I might have to at some point, but that's all very expensive. Finding her, serving her, getting a judge to sign off, none of it is cheap. I'm following up soon, and I plan to talk about the savings and my finances. It didn't hit me how tight things would be until I paid all the bills and realized how little was left. Update 1. I'm feeling more positive now that the financial situation has stabilized. Basically, I'm running up debt that'll get paid off when I sell the house. Even with lawyer fees, I have about 6 to 8 months before I have to really worry about money, assuming no emergencies. My friend's wife gave me some good advice. Don't go from being a hero to a villain in your kids' eyes. How I talk about and treat my wife will determine my future relationship with them. I don't give a damn about my wife, but I don't want to make her a sympathetic figure or push the kids away from both of us. My lawyer said we'll make her repay the savings she took through a reduction in her share of the assets. Any division of assets will include what she took, and she'll also have to repay the money I spent maintaining the household while she was gone. There's plenty of equity in her share of the house and her retirement accounts to cover that. She also said that after nearly 25 years of marriage, our finances are too intertwined for my wife to get nothing, but best case, she agrees to the divorce terms, and it's quick and cheap. Otherwise, it'll get complicated and expensive. I got a couple of credit cards with promo rates for purchases and transfers, which gives me some breathing room. I'll pay them off when I sell the house. Now that the financial pressure's easing up, I'm actually enjoying her being gone. I'm free to do whatever I want, whenever I want. I don't have to cook, clean, or take care of anyone. The house is quiet for the first time I can remember. I loved my wife, but her mental health weighed down our marriage. On balance, it was worth it, until now. The first month or so, I kept expecting her to come home. Every time someone knocked or I heard a noise, I thought it was her. I checked the doorbell cam obsessively. I'm not looking forward to her returning. When she does, I'll have to deal with a divorce, selling the house, dividing everything, and finding a new place to live. I'm hoping she stays away until after New Year's, but my daughter thinks her mom will be home for Christmas. My lawyer will have papers ready to serve her. Advice I've followed: renting or selling the house, not worth it yet. I'd need to make repairs, clean out rooms, and move our kids' stuff into storage, not worth the effort or cost right now. Getting a helic, great advice. I didn't realize I didn't need both signatures. It's a good backup plan if I need cash later, serving divorce papers or filing in absentia, possible but expensive. I'm comfortable waiting for now. Tracking her phone, I checked. She only posts on social media after leaving a place. Her Hawaii post came after a call from Los Angeles. She tried adding international calling, but I blocked it, and she removed her phone from our plan. Final update: my wife texted me in mid-December to say she'd be home for Christmas. I told her that my daughter and I would be at my brother's and she wasn't welcome. I left her car in the driveway and the fob in the backyard. She wasn't allowed in the house unless I was there. She didn't have keys. She spent Christmas with her sister. When we got back, I met with her. I decided not to be overly confrontational because I didn't want to give her the satisfaction of thinking I cared enough to be angry. She seemed taken aback by how detached I was. I could tell it bothered her. I just wanted her to agree to a divorce. This is a summary of several different meetings, some with our daughter, some without. She hasn't wanted to meet with her mom alone yet. I asked why she left without telling anyone. She said she didn't want to wait a year, didn't want anyone talking her out of it, didn't want to work anymore, and wanted to leave before her mental health got worse. I'm sure it was mostly because she didn't want me to stop her from taking the money. She knew I'd handle everything with the kids and the house. We had planned to go in summer 2024 for several reasons: packing, selling, waiting for our daughter to graduate and get settled, making sure we had money when we got back, and avoiding a mess back home. At some point, she started questioning whether she wanted to return to our old life at all. She didn't want to work full-time or buy a house again. She didn't think she'd figure it out talking to me. I told her that's why we planned the trip, to figure things out together. I asked why she didn't just get a divorce before leaving. She claimed she didn't want a divorce, that she wanted us to live whatever life she figured out. I told her that's not how marriages work. One person doesn't get to decide for the other. She eventually realized I might not forgive her, and she was right. Instead of some ridiculous story about opening an ice cream shop in Alaska with a guy she met online, she told me she wants to be a digital nomad, working part-time remotely and living in new places. She tried to convince me to join her, but I'll never trust her again. Plus, I don't love her anymore. That lifestyle might sound fun for a while, but she doesn't have work lined up, and she's not in her 20s anymore. It'll get old quickly, no close friends, no family. I honestly hope she makes it work, so she won't come back trying to reinsert herself into our lives. 1. How are the kids doing? Our son wouldn't have seen us much anyway since he's stationed in the barracks. He only responds to her texts with short replies. He told me she wanted to visit, but he said he was too busy. Our daughter stopped talking to her completely. She's angry now that she realizes her mom wasn't having a breakdown, she was just being selfish. If her mom were sticking around, they might be able to work through it eventually. I'll support whatever my daughter decides. 2. Did she spend all the money? About half. I think she realized she needed to figure things out before running out entirely. 3. Did she sleep with anyone? I didn't ask because I don't care. Asking would imply I wanted her back. She claims she didn't, maybe true, maybe not. 4. Does she feel bad? She says she does and wishes she'd handled it differently. She insists that getting away was best for her mental health. I told her she was just being selfish. When she first left, we were worried something terrible had happened. She's always been self-centered. I told her she's taking the easy route, letting everyone else handle the difficult parts. If she gets sick, the kids will care for her. Goes broke? She'll move in with family. Abandons everyone? We'll forgive her. She thinks our kids will take her in like we did her mom. Maybe they will, but not in the same way. Despite how it sounds, I'm actually happy with how things turned out. The divorce isn't final, but we've agreed on the big things: selling the house, splitting retirement funds and profits, paying back what she took. I got most of what I wanted. No alimony, no responsibility for her future. I've even started dating again. I didn't realize a 50-year-old man with grown kids, a good job, and decent shape would be a catch, but apparently, I'm doing fine. Not where I wanted to be, 50, getting divorced, and using Reddit as free therapy, but honestly, I'm happier than I've been in a long time. I'm even planning a little vacation of my own. P.S. Thank you to everyone who reached out. It meant a lot.